miserable trip. I really need a husband to help me this time.
Well, I understand that your husband isn't here, but that you're going to meet him in Camp Wood. You're leaving on the train today to meet your husband.
Yes.
Tell me, are your parents still living?
No, I have only one sister.
One sister.
Yes.
And where does she live?
In Morioka, my hometown.
I see. Are you going to get a chance to visit her as soon as you can?
Well, my father's died right after I go to the United States, so I like to go to the cemetery and see my father.
Well, how did you like life in the United States, Yoshiko?
Well, I think that any place you go, I think the same. The people are the same, and the people over there are very kind, real nice for me. And my mother-in-law and father-in-law, wonderful people.
Well, are you glad to get back to Japan to visit some of your old friends again?
Oh, yes, I will. All right away.
Tell me, Yoshiko, what do you think of this Operation Gyroscope, whereby you can go with your husband wherever he goes?
Well, it surprised me. I don't know what to say. Still, I can't breathe, you know.
You think it's a good deal?
Yes, it's real nice.
The ship didn't remain empty long. No sooner were the dependents of the 508th ashore than the family men of the 187th, with wives and children, went aboard for the trip home. For some of the children, born in Japan, this would be the first time they would see their country. The Army was anxious to get reactions to Operation Gyroscope.
Sergeant, how long have you been with the 187th?
I've been with them approximately 18 months.
All that time you spent here in this country?
I have, with the exception of 93 days in Korea.
Well, what is your job with the regiment, Sergeant?
I'm a first sergeant of support company.
And how did you like your tour of Japan?
I liked it very much.
Well, you have anything to say about Japan,
Well,
Mrs.
I've
Bryant?
enjoyed my visit very much over here.
What do you people think of Operation Gyroscope, whereby, Sergeant, you can keep your family with you wherever you go?
I think it's a very good idea. Keeping your family with you, traveling together concurrently is a very good idea. I think it's going over big with the rest of the boys.
Well, we're glad to hear that you think it's a good deal.
Amid the salutes of harbor whistles, the gangplank was lifted. Band music blared forth again as the gangway hatch clanged shut. One last wave up at those on deck. A flurry of activity on the wharf, and slowly the ship pulled away from Japan.
At the airport, men of the 187th marched toward the Globemasters that had air ferried the 508th to Japan. Within a short time, they would be marching off the plains, onto the soil of their own country. For Operation Gyroscope had proven that the Army, in conjunction with troop carrier aircraft, is capable of moving large units over vast distances in a matter of hours rather than weeks. From the standpoint of the men and their families, Gyroscope has given their careers a stability Army life never had before, with a resulting boost in morale and unit spirit. One every 2 hours, the huge planes thundered into the air. Throughout the day and night, 43 Globemasters throbbing through the sky. And as the shadow of the final plane passed over the Japanese farmers in the fields, heading toward the Pacific and home, Operation Gyroscope passed into history.
Yes, from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, to the islands of Japan is a long, long way. But for several thousand soldiers, maybe it didn't seem so long, thanks to the speed of air travel and the planning of Operation Gyroscope.
Thank you, Captain Bounds, for your report on the Army's newly conceived rotation plan, Gyroscope. Now, this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, inviting you to be with us again next week for another look at your Army in action on the big picture.
The Big Picture is a weekly television report to the nation on the activities of the Army at home and overseas. Produced by the Signal Corps Pictorial Center. Presented by the United States Army in cooperation with this station. You too can be an important part of the big picture. You can proudly serve with the best equipped, the best trained, the best fighting team in the world today, the United States Army.